Here is what I have learned on my walk of faith. Be on guard, because when you're asking all these questions and questioning God, Satan will try to attack. He will say, "No, he doesn't love you." Look at those unbelievers who are not going through adversity, but you say Jesus Christ died for you, and yet you are going through the worst troubles of your life. Don't let the devil give you fear. Trials can lead into atheism. When your faith is small, the devil can rip it out. Don't let him put you in despair and bitterness towards God. Don't ever forget the other times God has delivered you, because he will do it again. The devil will try to say it was a coincidence, but with God there's no coincidence. Cry out to God. Block Satan off, and always remember that we have victory in Christ. Trials and tribulations quotes, "Trials teach us what we are. They dig up the soil, and let us see what we are made of." Charles Spurgeon, prayer is the best armor against all trials. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Being on a spiritual path does not prevent you from facing the darkness, but it teaches you how to use the darkness as a tool to grow. What does the Bible say about trials and tribulations? Think of trials as training. God has to train his troops. Have you ever heard of any staff sergeant who got to where he was without going through tough situations? God has to prepare his children for the future. My life. If it wasn't for the struggle, you wouldn't have the strength. I remember when I said, "Why God, why this, and why that?" God told me to wait for his timing. God has delivered me in the past, but when you are going through bad times, all you're thinking about is right now. I've seen God use trials to build me up, answer different prayers, open doors, help others, and I've seen many miracles where I knew it was only God who could have done this. While I was worrying, the Lord gave me comfort, encouragement, motivation, and he was working behind the scenes. If as believers we're burdened by when our brothers and sisters suffer, imagine how God feels. Always remember that he loves you, and he reminds us time after time in his word that he will never forsake us. 1. Trials help our perseverance. James 1:12 God blesses those who patiently endure testing and temptation. Afterward they will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love him. Galatians 6:9 Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Hebrews 10:35-36 So do not throw away your confidence. It will be richly rewarded. You need to persevere so that when you have done the will of God, you will receive what he has promised.